Hi guys, Miss Bain here. If you missed instruction on this first project, the identity emotion line hand, then this video is for you. This video will cover materials, instruction, and tips and tricks on how to be successful in this project. Let's get started on materials. You guys will need one piece of white printer paper. You guys will need a pencil. You will also need a set of colors. They could be markers, crayons, colored pencils. I would suggest you guys use both of your markers and crayons for this project if you have those. If you do not, I just want you guys to have an array of different colors to choose from. And scissors. Notice how I'm holding them by the blade as recommended scissor safety, which you guys should all know. You guys are going to start this project off by tracing your hand onto your piece of paper. I want you guys to make sure you have all your fingers spread. No mitten hands, please. Spread all your fingers wide so that each one can be identified. And it'll make it easier also for you to trace your hand. If it's easier for you to have the paper sideways, then that is okay too. So please very lightly and slowly trace your hand with your spread fingers. Notice how I'm staying really close to the fingers with my pencil. I'm not going off the track. I'm trying to trace as close as possible to my hand. When I get to the palm area, I'm just going to draw it in there. Just a nice kind of semicircle. So notice how you guys can barely even see my line. I actually want that. Everything you do in pencil, please do lightly so that it's easier for you to erase. Once you have this done, I need you guys to draw a portrait or a picture of you on the palm, on this part of your hand. So this could mean just like what I did, like your head and shoulders, your headshot kind of, or it could be your whole body. Or it could even be a symbolic portrait. So this symbolic portrait is just an array or a bunch of different things that you like or dislike or that represent you. It could be your favorite instruments, it could be your family members, it could be your favorite animal. Whatever it may be, you guys can decide what you want to put in your palm that represents you. So again, it doesn't have to be a figure or a headshot. It could be your likes and dislikes. So once you have that on the palm of your hand, I really want you guys you're going to start on your fingers. So each finger is going to represent 5 different emotions. So for example, your thumb will be happy. Your pointer finger will be sad, angry, fear, and, oops, my pencil lead broke, disgust. So I would suggest you guys watch the trailer of the movie Inside Out to gain more knowledge on these 5 different emotions. This movie right here is really a super cool film. If you haven't seen the whole thing yet, I would suggest you watch it too. It will show you how these emotions are and will give you some kind of idea of how these emotions are defined. So once you have done your research, I need you guys to do some practice. So if you want to start with happy, I suggest you guys listen to a happy song, your favorite song, and just on your sketchbook or another piece of paper, practice with different kinds of lines. So I would do a line that looks and makes me feel happy. So once you have practiced with all of your kinds of lines, then you can go and with your pencil first, draw them on each finger. So see how mine all look very different? I want everybody's to look different. So if I do a swirly line on happy, then I'm going to do a maybe jagged line for angry, or something different for disgust or fear. So I also want you guys to be very, very different with your color choices as well, because after all of this is done, you're going to color your work. You are going to, if you have markers and crayons, outline your lines with marker, and then color the insides with your crayons or colored pencils. And I want you guys to be very, very picky when it comes to the colors that you choose, because that also creates the feeling or the emotion. So if I think that fear is a yellow color or a green color or a blue color, you can do that. But you have to choose your color based on how the emotion is. So please don't rush with this and take your time really thinking first and deciding what colors to use. So once that is all done, you can go ahead and cut your hand out. And I'm going to trace it with this blue just so you guys can see what the cutting process looks like. So make sure that you have your fingers and thumb in the holes. And I want you guys to focus on cutting a little bit on the line. And then when it gets to a point where you have to turn your scissors, instead of turning the paper and your scissors, just cut that line away and cut that piece of the page off. So now it'll be easier for me to come at this angle with my scissors and continue cutting on this line. So see right here where there's a turn? It's kind of hard for me to turn my scissors to keep cutting. So if you find it difficult to do that, then come in at another angle and meet the other side that you cut. So then this paper can go bye-bye. This goes into the trash. So please do that with all 5 fingers in your palm. And then once you have your hand completely cut out, you are then finished with this project. If you have any questions, please email me or ask me in class. But this is for people who missed out on the instruction for that week. Thank you guys. Have a good day.